Hey, what's up, man? This is Ivan. So, Rogerio, this is, and I hope I said your name correctly. If not, I apologize. But this is the Canada CNC keyword research. Okay. By the way, there may be some crackling, some like weird wet crackling sounds in the recording, and if that's the case, I apologize. I noticed that in my last recording in the consultation I just finished for another client, and I think it's just my mic. I think my mic is causing problems. Long story short, so I actually ordered another mic off of Amazon Prime last night, so should have that problem fixed soon. And in any case, I hope you can bear with it and just ignore it. So let's see how many keywords we have. I scrubbed this list, and we have 2,200 keywords left. Most of them, of course, are 10 searches or lower. And then looks like at this point here, the top 400 are 20 searches or more. And then we've got, let's find our 100 mark. We've got the top 70 or so with 100 searches or more. And then, of course, just the top 20 or so with 250 searches or more. Um, Altogether, I don't remember how much it makes up. Let's see, thousands and thousands and thousands though. So it's still plenty of share. The I would probably classify this general competition as being, actually, I'm really curious. I bet we could do this. I used to do this back in the day, but it took me a lot of time. Let me do something real quick. Let's insert one below, and let's freeze. Where's that freeze? Here it is. Two rows, and then let's put an average here. Oh, it didn't work. Let's do all the way. Let's do it like this, and then go all the way down. And let's see if we can create an average function here. Huh. Giving me guff. Let's try. I used to be able to do this really quickly. I don't know why it's giving me so much trouble. Yeah, give me just 1 second here. Yeah, it looks like trying to do the functions for me is broken. Like normally you can just select an empty cell and then the whole row like that, and then just do one of these. But I'm getting a circular dependency error, which I looked it up, and evidently it's common when you've been editing a lot of a document. So, but the other thing you can do if you want some data on this stuff, I realized there's this thing down here. So you just highlight the whole row and then come over here, and you can see that the sum of all that search volume is 71,000, which is pretty good. And the average is around 32 searches per keyword a month. And let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's kind of what we were looking to know. And you can come here and look at the average cost per click if you're looking for some cheap stuff in AdWords, the AdWords space. So I guess the most you could pay of that sum would be around $17,000 per click if you wanted to throw that all into AdWords. I guess if you had a really big CNC contract, that might be worth it. Let's see. The average is about $2 a click. The minimum is a penny, which is good stuff. The maximum is $31 per click. And it looks like there's around 800 that are being bidded on out of around 2,200 keywords. Let's take a look. So the PPC competition is a little different. What this measures is the number of advertisers in that given space. So that's basically the number of advertisers that are competing in price points, various price points. And we can see here the average difficulty is 62 over 100, which is pretty difficult, meaning that it's a somewhat competitive niche in the AdWords space, at least on the whole. And it looks like there's about 1,600 keywords being competed for, being where there is competition. And then finally, there's SEO competition. SEO competition is measured via an average of Moz rank, Moz trust, Moz domain authority or DA, and Moz page authority or PA. And then those are averaged together, added together, averaged, and then weighed based on a proprietary sort of measurement of the company that I use, which is not Moz, by the way, in case you're wondering. You can learn about that company if you take a look at my my bonus. Excuse me. My how to get a hold of my advanced SEO consultation bonus for free. And that's in the general SEO strategy type, the document, of course, that I sent you. So, or will be sending you rather. So it's a pretty good measurement, and I'll get into that in a bit. And of course, I cover that in the general information too. Let's take a look here at the row, or the column. So it looks like the average difficulty is around 30 over 100, which is really good because that's a good range. That's lower. Anything under 35 is definitely something you can compete in. Under 30 is even better. Under 25 is a nice place to be. Under 20 is really nice. 15 or under is just like a breeze, like one link and you're done. So that's cool. I mean, basically, proverbially. Minimum of 11, maximum of 47, so that's not too bad. And there's about 200 of these that I've revealed SEO competition on that are the more legitimate ones. And those are basically the ones with the best search volume and also ones with the highest cost per click, because sometimes you can sort from Z to A here, and you can find that, okay, here's a good example. Precision CNC machining is the most competed for term. It's only got 10 searches a month or less. And it's expensive because evidently some people think that that particular search has buyer intention. So you can sort by CPC to get an idea of what some of the other competitors view as having high buyer intention. And then you can correlate that number with SEO competition, because a lot of the times things that are competed for heavily in the AdWords space are oftentimes lower search volume and are not necessarily very competitive in the ranking, in regards to ranking. Here's a really amazing one: CNC machining services, 50 searches a month, about $14 a click, and yet 11 SEO competition. So that's pretty amazing. That should not be too difficult to rank for, right? One strong linked local citation, and a local citation should be able to rank for it. So, and there's some other ones here too. The CNC routing service. Let's see, CNC services in general, precision CNC machining, CNC production machining, CNC milling program, or precision machining. Similar to these, you could actually rank for this one and this one. Where was it? This one. So you could rank for these two at the same time. So that's interesting, you know? Now, the main thing you want to look at, though, is, of course, search volume. So you want to do this drop down, and you want to go sort sheet C to A, and take a look at your high search volume stuff, and then come over. Basically, now that it's sorted by search volume, you can look at the SEO competition, and you can pick things out like this one here, NC Inco. That may be a brand. Some of these may be nonsensical, so just keep that in mind. Or milling machine, so that one's interesting. What else do we have here? We've got, this one's not bad, CNC lathe. What else? CNC operator, CNC programmer, CNC plasma cutter, milling machine for sale, etc. Now, something you can also do is you can say, well, I'd rather just totally eliminate certain options outside of a certain level of difficulty. And in that case, you can come to the filters here and you create a new filter. And in this situation, we'll take a look at anything below 25 just to see, how well we can filter. So I'll come over here to this cog and rename this SEO 25 minus, space there, minus. So anything less than 25, and then we come to functions here, or sorry, we come back to the filter option here, the little funnel, and we go, wait, I'm confused. I got confused on this earlier today. So we don't come back there. We come here to this little 3 lines by the SEO competition, and we want to do filter by condition, and we want to do, click this drop down, and we want to do less than or equal to, and then the value or formula is going to be 25, and we're going to click OK. So now it kept the sorting of the search volume, but now it's actually filtering everything out that is less than that is 25 or less, filtering everything out that is 26 or greater, I guess, filtering everything for us to see. I don't know how you would phrase it, but 25 or less, that's all we're seeing now. So now we can really see some of the juicier ones. You could even go lower than that, honestly. You could do 20 and below if you really wanted to. Just focus on the most the easiest wins that you could possibly find, milling machine, CNC operator programmer, milling machine for sale, CNC router parts, CNC machine for sale. That one's really good. 17. CNC router for sale, CNC machinist jobs, operator jobs, CNC zone, CNC programmer jobs, CNC machinist salary. And so that's informational, and this is informational sort of, whereas this is a buyer intent keyword. And this is something I forgot to mention in my general SEO video that I recently created as a swipe. But there's basically 3 kinds of articles you can write. You've got your buyer intent, your informational, and then you've got your branded. Now, this would be more buyer intent because someone's looking for a product, right? Milling machine for sale, someone's looking for a product, so that's buyer intention. Informational would be something like CNC operator salary, right? Or CNC machinist salary, or possibly even machinist jobs or operator jobs. I think that has buyer intention though if you have the right business model. Um, Now, branded would be an actual brand. So CNC Zone may be a brand. NC Inco may be a brand. I'm not sure. Um, what else we have here? This one doesn't seem to have a lot of brands. Sometimes you may come across brands, like, for example, Silver CNC Company or something like that, maybe a branded search. In those cases, oftentimes the brands will take up maybe 3 to 7 of the top SERPs, right? So they'll take up. It's based on Google's algorithm to detect branded searches. And so the more legitimate the brand, the more of the SERPs they will take. Lesser brands will maybe take up a couple or maybe 3 or 4 of the top, ones. So let's say, Silver CNC Company may take up the top 4 brands, so positions 1 through 4, and then everything below that is up for grabs. Really big brands, the biggest brands in the world, we're talking Facebook kind of thing, they take up the whole page, right? But really other big brands that are solid will take up a maximum of 7 positions out of 10. And it's really important to note this because some or frequently the brand names of a lot of companies have hundreds of thousands of searches. So that means that's really significant, because that means that even with the hundreds of thousands of searches, if you rank at the seventh, eighth, ninth, or sorry, not seventh, but the eighth, ninth, or 10th position, you're still getting thousands and thousands of searches a month. Okay, because it's all about traffic share. So keep that in mind. You've got your buyer intent keywords, you've got your informational, and you've got your branded. So, look for whatever you will. Start with the lower ones first. Start with the easy wins. You're going to want to be creating a silo in your website. If you don't know what a silo is, just Google it. It's basically interlinking. So each page on your website needs to link to another page on your website, and that page needs to link to another page. Eventually, it all circles back around to the home page. Or, each page links to a couple of different pages, and you create a sort of power grid. Because as you link to things, juice trickles down. Okay, authority trickles down to other things from your own site. And as you link from outside of your site to a given page, the juice from that outside of your site will go to that page, and then that juice will trickle down through to other pages, and it'll trickle a few, levels. It'll trickle based on the overall strength of the juice going through whatever. So, with that being said, it's easier to send juice through the weaker stuff. Um, Now, you could argue that, you would want to send your juice, your most powerful juice, to your stronger things, right? And then the stronger things will link to the weaker stuff, and then the weaker stuff will eventually rank as you build onto the stronger things. That's one way to do it. And I certainly think that's the way you want to go with your homepage. You want to definitely have your most powerful promotions on your homepage. However, if you want to get some big wins fast, you can also produce some promotions on your weaker pages. If you're more patient, you're probably going to want to do your fatter pages, but if you want to get some big wins quickly, you want to do those on your weaker pages. They'll rank faster and with strength, higher, and then they'll trickle to the other pages, including your fatter pages. And then, later on, when you're ready to tackle some of the bigger ones in the mid to upper 30s or higher, then you can send, strong, large promotion to those bigger assets, and you'll probably rank. You see what I'm saying? It's you're hitting the weaker stuff. You're getting those wins that you can, and then when you're ready, you take a big bite out of the final enemy. You know. So that's the strategy. That's pretty much it. Um, I don't really have any. If you want to disable the filter, you just come here and do none. But yeah, that's basically all. You might want to choose when you're choosing your keywords. You want to, like I said in the other consultation, in the general consultation, you're going to want to choose things that are affiliated. So if you're going to write an article on CNC machinists, you probably want to find all the keywords that you have, like about machinists, and include a few of those on that page. And and then some of the other affiliated terms that you can do some contextual linking, interlinking to other pages on your website. So if you're talking about CNC machinists and you mention CNC lathes in that article, then you might want to link to your dedicated CNC lathe page. You might want to you do some anchored text onto that CNC lathe keyword that's in the middle of your article. See what I'm saying? So, but let's see. You probably want to do the strongest keywords as dedicated content for your homepage. So something like CNC, or possibly, see, CNC is just one. Something you have to keep in mind is people talk about all the time like long tail keywords, because long tail keywords have multiple keywords in them. This one has CNC, milling, and machine. And then this is a keyword CNC milling, and then this one here's the keyword milling machine, and then CNC milling machine is a keyword. And with long tail keywords, you can rank for more things, with strength over time. But the thing is that I've seen too many examples where in the SERPs people will just use a slug for a given page that just says the simple word, like, such and such website.com /CNC. Now, they could do CNC machine, but this slug and a dedicated content on this page will actually rank better. Even though it's just that single word, it's not as diverse as a long tail keyword. Specialized content always reigns supreme. So you need to make a decision, okay, on our homepage, do we want to rank content for just CNC, or do we want to do CNC machine? You probably want to do CNC machine just because you're getting a lot of access to CNC here. You're getting more specialization, and it's a lot more search volume. But this is kind of probably more specific. And I think that you can still rank for CNC by doing this, whereas you can't necessarily. You probably can rank for CNC machine just because CNC is related to CNC machine with this keyword. But that's something you're going to have to make a decision on, how you want to specialize. You might want to do snippets on some of the other things too, like CNC routers or machinists or whatever you want to do, and then link from the homepage to those dedicated pages with those dedicated articles that are really important to you. Things from linked from the homepage are going to get a lot of power because you're ideally going to be sending a lot of juice to the power through promotions like press releases and guest posts to the homepage, I mean, and then have the homepage power your whole silo. And the reason is really because you're targeting the most difficult stuff, some of these kinds of things. But this difficulty is moderate. This is a little bit more difficult, but the difficulty is moderate for those generic terms, and then going down from there. I'm not sure what these are. That's moderate. But this right here is pretty easy. This right here is moderate. This right here is moderate, approaching easy, moderate. You know, these are easy. Oh, excuse me. So that's it. And if you have any questions, let me know. There's going to be another video um, where I actually get into your site and I start talking about, other kinds of strategies. I covered a lot of it here, but check out the next video and I will catch you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.